Good evening, wrestling fans. Tony Schiavone with you here live, and this is the WCW Live on the Nation Network. Tonight, this is where the big boys play, and we are going to be proving it live from San Jose, California. Stay with me. All right, fans, we say it's where the big boys play. Wait a minute. What the heck is going on here? That's Hulk Hogan. He's just attacked the Giant before the bell. And he is supposed to be going up against Vader, the former World Heavyweight Champion. Well, I'll tell you something right now. We've seen a lot of things going on around here that I've got some questions about, some things I've got some concerns about. But as the CEO of the WCW, I've got to keep an eye on everyone and every time, and that's why I'm out here in the broadcast booth with you tonight, Tony. Indeed, stepping in this week here on Nitro, the one and the only number one man right here in WCW, Eric Bischoff. I don't know about the number one man, but I'll tell you right now, I've got to keep control over things. It's been getting out of control with this NWO. We don't know much about them right now. These outsiders have really done a lot of damage. Rey Mysterio, of course, put on the shelf. Done probably in a wrestling ring anywhere, in my opinion, but definitely here in WCW, we won't be seeing him again. No doubt about it. These outsiders have been brutal. And then this Giant shows up from out of nowhere. He's been attacking Hogan, but tonight Hogan getting a little sense of revenge and retaliation. He hit Vader, and it had no effect on him. And now the big man going to work on Vader. Well, we say this is where the big boys play, and our opening match is going to prove that in itself. You're looking at two of the biggest forces in professional wrestling, not just today, but ever. Former World Heavyweight Champion Vader, at one point in time, he ran roughshod throughout the WCW. Took that title away from the Nature Boy Ric Flair and dominated for a period of time. He is still a threat every time he gets in the ring, but right now the Giant taking it to Vader with a big clothesline, and down he goes. Well, I'll be very surprised to see Vader not come back with a series of offense. I wouldn't even be surprised if he was able to defeat this Giant, but we all know that all roads right now lead to Halloween Havoc, and Vader is very upset that he is not getting a return match against Hogan for the world title right now. It is going to be the Giant against Hogan. The question is the Giant going to go in on a winning or a losing note? Another big clothesline, and Vader goes down. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If the Giant were to beat Vader here tonight, that would go a long way towards making the argument that the right man was chosen for the world title match. And now Vader forced outside the ring. How often do you get to see that? Not very often at all, and Vader is going to do what every Vader has to do. To your point, he doesn't believe the right man is in that title match. I've had too many conversations with him. I don't want to recount any of them. But he has let me know in no uncertain terms that I made a mistake in booking, and we'll see if that's true or not. But right now, he's got his hands full with his big man. There's a lot on the line in this one, ladies and gentlemen. A lot indeed. As Vader again turning his attention to the Giant. The Giant sends Vader into the turnbuckle. We heard from the Giant before we went on the air, and he told me this is a warm-up match for Hogan. A warm-up match. Shoulders are down. And he got a 2 count on Vader. He almost pinned him right there. That would have been a huge upset in my opinion. Not the win, but how he would have gotten it. I'll tell you right now, the former world champion is in trouble. And now look at this. If he's able to, we've seen him many times. Choke slam, Vader in trouble. Down he goes. This could be it. Vader may not be getting his shoulder up from the mat from this one. Vader's out. Vader has been broken by this giant. It'll be very interesting to see if Vader's able to come back from this beating he just took here tonight. Fans, we have seen it all here. And now Vader at the hands of the Giant and a devastating choke slam.
Here is your winner, the Giant.
Well, he managed to weather the storm when Hogan attacked him before the bell. Fans, stay with us. We've got plenty of action left to come here on WCW Nitro. This is where the big boys play. All right, fans, we are back, and we've got a big tag team match coming your way. It's a non-title one, but you take a look right now at a couple of guys who could be the champions on any given day. Well, the Fabulous Freebirds have been around here in the WCW for some time. They have been tag team champions in the past.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 488 pounds, Jimmy Gavin and Michael P.S. Hayes, the Fabulous Freebirds.
Well, the Fabulous Freebirds indeed have been tag team champions in the past, and they've been around a while. Different incarnations of them. But right now, it is Jimmy Jam Garvin and Michael P.S. Hayes. They're going to be going up against the reigning tag team champions, these outsiders that we have been dealing with for the past several weeks here in the WCW. Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm sitting here ringside with you, is I really think I've got to keep a closer eye on these outsiders. I've laid down the law, told them what will and won't be allowed here in WCW. Our first look at the new tag team champions. They took those titles away from Harlem Heat a week ago. Harlem Heat, one of the legendary tag teams here in the WCW. A lot of question about Halloween Havoc and who will be defending or who will be challenging for the tag team titles. We still don't know an answer to that yet. Maybe you can shed some light on it. Well, all I can tell you right now is I am working on the contract. I've got some ideas in mind. And quite honestly, I'm waiting to see the outcome of this match, because if the Freebirds find a way to pull one off, I might consider them as the number one team to represent the WCW to take those titles back where they belong. I want to make sure that these guys don't get too comfortable around here. Well, I'd say they've made themselves right to home. Both teams with a little pregame conversation going on here, and now we go for the meeting in the middle of the ring. Jimmy Garvin. Nice sidewalk slam on Scott Hall to start things off. Oh, big right hand by Hall. These two men, no total strangers to each other, I can tell you that much right now. They've both been in similar circumstances in the past, both been members of the AWA roster at one point in time. Scott Hall planting him well with a big, tremendous belly suplex, easy for me to say. Of course, at that point in time, Jimmy Garvin was a member and one half of the AWA Tag Team Champions. Scott Hall and Kurt Hennig came along, gave them all the money, the run they could handle. Tag is made. Now here comes the double team by these outsiders. Big back body drop sends him up into the air and crashing down to the canvas. Kevin Nash, the big man. Well, nice move right there by Jimmy Garvin. Got that deep arm drag in, used the momentum and the angulation to his advantage. Double team right there by the Freebirds, but it doesn't last very long. It's back and forth now. Garvin, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Back in a time where that meant something, but now the WCW, since taking over, Garvin has struggled to regain that level of success, but in the tag team division, he's done quite well for himself. Well, you know what? Jimmy Garvin's best days probably are behind him, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have some wins left. Even in the old Wild West, the gun shooter that still had one bullet left in the gun was a threat, and right now Garvin may be that sixth gun. Big boot to the head, and now Michael P.S.A.'s on the receiving end. Of course, he is the founding member of the Fabulous Freebirds, going back to when Bam Bam Terry Gordy and Buddy Jack Roberts were the original members. Nice move right there by Michael P.S.A.'s to get out of trouble, and now putting the boots to Kevin Nash. Face first, and he just spiked him into the canvas. Look at Hayes. Well, Michael Hayes right now doing a pretty good job here representing the WCW against these two idiots. I mean, these two outsiders. Nash picks him up out of the corner. Look at this. Michael Hayes gets out. Very little effect these chops and punches are having on Kevin Nash. Headbutt stuns him. And now, finding himself in the wrong corner is Michael Hayes. Here's a double team. Referee tied up with Garvin. Double back body drop, and he went up into the lights. Michael Hayes needs to make the tag to Garvin, and he was close. Well, close as he's going to get it done. And if these guys really want this opportunity at Halloween Havoc, they're going to have to impress me right now. They've had a couple of good moments, but unless they can find a way to pull out a win, I'm going to have to probably go a different direction. Big move right there, and now Michael Hayes with a slam. Irish whip sends Scott Hall hard into the turnbuckle. Big slam, and down he goes. There's a tag made to gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Garvin shot to the midsection, winds him up, neckbreaker. Well, that was a nice neckbreaker on Scott Hall. Scott Hall now starting to show some wear and tear. And even if the Freebirds don't find a way to get it done here tonight, I don't really care. If they can soften these guys up, I'll find a team to put them away at Halloween Havoc. Don't you worry about that. Nice move right there by Garvin. Again. Shot to the midsection. Back in the ring he goes. Garvin following up. Corkscrew neckbreaker, nicely done. And that normally sets up, and this could be it for the Brainbuster. Bad news for the Outsiders. He's got it. He got it. Well, that should be all she wrote right there. The tag team champions maybe going in on a losing note. Scott Hall able to kick out. I'm not sure how he did it. The double team, he got into the corner. Michael Hayes stuns him with a big right hand. And now Garvin in the wrong corner. The Outsiders getting to work together, and that's never a good thing. Kevin Nash has him high in the air. Snake Eyes. Well, I remember when a guy named Vinny Vegas would do a move like that right here in WCW. He had some success with it, but not much. Well, all I can tell you right now, Kevin Nash, oh, he almost got him. Almost got him. Up in the air, here it is, a power bomb. He hooks the leg. And just like that, it's over. These Outsiders continue to go through the WCW roster. Well, I'll tell you something right now. Jimmy Garvin had a moment right there. There was that brainbuster, and I thought he might put it away. He had the 2 count right here and was about to get 3. That would have been a big opportunity for the Freebirds. But I think I might as well make it official right here, right now. I am going to stick with the Dream Team at Halloween Havoc. Sting and the Macho Man, Randy Savage. I've had my reservations because I'm not really sure where the Macho Man's loyalties lie. I felt like if the Freebirds could find a way to pull this one off, they'd be the better representation for WCW that I could trust. But I'm going to roll the dice on this one. Sting and the Macho Man will be going up for the Tag Team Championship against the Outsiders. All right, fans, that's going to be one of our big events at Halloween Havoc. Stay with us. Plenty more to come here on Nitro. All right, fans, we're back, and now making his way to the ring, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, never short for words. Yeah, well, Ric Flair may not be short for words, but I'm becoming short on patience with him. As we count down the days, all roads lead to October 24th, and Halloween Havoc. Everywhere I go, every restaurant I dine in, every jet I get on, and every single limo driver is asking me one question. Nature Boy, who will be the Four Horsemen on October 24th? And I'll tell all of you when I tell all of them. You even have to tune in. Woo! Find out. Double A and I, we have been looking high and low. We've been watching guys in the ring, how they carry themselves outside the ring, and we have held some very clandestine meetings and some one-on-ones to see who truly fits the mold of the Four Horsemen. And I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of great contenders out there. There's a lot of guys who can make a name for themselves by becoming a member of the Horsemen. Automatically shoots them right up to the top of the ladder. But nobody gets a free ride. Opportunities present themselves. There are people who knock on the door to see who's knocking. And then there are those who kick it in. And that's what we're looking for here. The Four Horsemen have always been the elite in professional wrestling. When you talk about the very best, they're talking about the Four Horsemen. And October 24th, the Horsemen will ride again. Well, it's coming up fast.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW United States Championship.
All right, fans, this is our main event of the evening. We talk about this is where the big boys play. Well, we got titles on the line here tonight, and here's one of the guys who has really made a name for himself this year here. Not only on the Nation Network, but as part of WCW Monday Nitro, Billy Kidman. Well, I'll tell you, Billy Kidman is in this cruiserweight division, but here tonight he's going up against Lex Luger to prove smaller he may be, but he can fight for the big titles just as well as anybody else. And I have all the faith in the world that he's capable of it. Kidman sporting a little bit darker look than we're used to. But he is ready to go. We have seen him be the Cruiserweight champion on multiple occasions. He has had some of the most memorable matches this year in WCW, no doubt about that. And here's an opportunity for him to step in the ring with a legitimate, top-notch talent in WCW's United States champion, Lex Luger, former world champion. Well, there's not much that Lex Luger hasn't done here in the WCW. But for Billy Kidman, this is going to be a huge opportunity to prove himself. Well, when opportunities like this come around, you've really got to grab the bull by the horn, so to speak, and you've got to make it work for you. Here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the United States champion, the total package, Lex Luger. When we talk about the Four Horsemen reforming, looking for two more members, here's a guy who was a member of the Four Horsemen at one point in time until that all fell apart. Yeah, well, no doubt about it, it was one hell of a situation, too, between the Four Horsemen and Lex Luger. Luger went after the title of Nature Boy Ric Flair, was successful in getting it away for a period of time.
Introducing the challenger from Allentown, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 195 pounds, Billy Kidman. Introducing the champion from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 275 pounds, he is the WCW United States champion, the total package, Lex Luger.
The total package, Lex Luger. Currently missing from the 2K20 roster, but don't you worry, one way or another, he'll be in the game. Yeah, we're losing a lot of big names for the 2K20 roster, but throughout the created community out there, we can guarantee we'll be seeing them back again. No doubt about that whatsoever. Huge opportunity. Now, we talked about the Horseman. We talked about Ric Flair. And what Flair said earlier on, how he and Arn Anderson are keeping an eye on things inside and outside the ring. Can you imagine them taking Lex Luger back into the fold? Well, you know what? With the Horseman, anything is possible. Luger's a proven entity. Perhaps bygones can be bygones. It could happen. But at the same point in time, maybe they're looking at Billy Kidman. Maybe if Kidman were to turn around and become the United States champion right here now, maybe that would be enough to get him on board with the Horsemen, put him in their good graces. Well, that's a good point right there, because we know one thing, Kidman's capable of winning this match. Nice move right there. Hurricane Rana takes him over. Variation of the Frankensteiner. And now Luger with a back body drop. Luger had to fight long and hard to get that United States title, and he's not about to give it up now. Long series of matches with Dustin Rhodes. He finally came out on top. Dustin Rhodes left after that. Clothesline into the corner, and down goes Kidman. Well, Luger right now is using that size and strength advantage that he possesses, and he's got Kidman in trouble. He's got to keep him on his heels right now. Kidman, he cannot let Luger get too far ahead, otherwise he'll be playing catch-up all night long, and you don't want to do that against a guy who lives up to the name, the total package. Well, right there, great move by Kidman. Using momentum to gain the advantage over Luger. Blocks another shot. Comes back with a right of his own. Luger with a clothesline. Didn't connect very well with it. And Kidman now rolling out to the floor. Luger turned his back and he paid the price. Well, now Kidman doing the same exact thing Luger just did a moment ago, but he's getting away with it. United States Championship is on the line, ladies and gentlemen. As Luger takes Kidman over to the shoulder, tackles him up. Luger's on the apron. What's he got in mind? He is sizing the challenger up. comes off the apron with a sledgehammer out across the head of Kidman. But it's Kidman that turns things around and throws Luger back into the ring. Luger hammering away. The total package has him up in the air. Pile driver. Tremendous move by Luger. And for Kidman to get his shoulder up after that says a whole lot about how much this guy's got to offer. Military press slam, and down he goes. Well, only an idiot would think that Luger's not going to win a strength contest against Billy Kidman. And right there, he proved why. Luger sends him to the corner now, poses for the crowd. Went for a big right hand, Kidman was ready. And now Billy Kidman with those big, stiff kicks right to the chest of Luger. The face wash. Kidman goes in, he got caught. Luger with a DDT on Kidman. That's going to change the momentum of this one very quickly. And now Luger goes to the backbreaker just to follow up. Nice move by Luger. Soften him up perhaps for a move that we know we're going to probably see from him shortly. Luger going, what is he thinking? He was trying to go up the top rope, but Kidman was right there. On the floor now, Luger shoots the legs, and Kidman back in the ring goes the total package. Kidman barely gets up to his feet. There's that forearm. Well, he's got a steel plate in that forearm. It's been well documented from a motorcycle accident. And now Luger's going to go. He's got him in the package. The torture rack is in. Kidman is in trouble. And it's all over. Big win for the total package, Lex Luger, who is still the WCW United States Champion. Well, I'll tell you, it's been a great night of wrestling here. It has been a great season of wrestling here in WCW on the Nation Network. As we take a look back at moments from this match, Kidman almost became the United States Champion. But at the end of the day, you see it right there. The torture rack is cinched in, and it's all over. No doubt about it, fans. We want to invite you to join us over on our Mixer channel. It's in the description box below. We will be bringing you shortly the final broadcast of the AEW for the 2K19 season here on the Nation Network.
And still the WCW United States Champion, the total package, Lex Luger.
The United States Heavyweight Champion, the total package, Lex Luger. For Eric Bischoff, I'm Tony Schiavone. Thank you so much for a successful 2K19 season, fans. Remember, October 24th. It'll start the night of the 23rd, go into the early morning of the 24th. It'll be Halloween Havoc right here on the Nation Network. It'll be our first broadcast of an actual event for the 2K20 season. You can join us for the kickoff of 2K20 on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Nation Network. Until then, so long, everybody, and have a great night.